Hey guys, Dave Monte here. Today, let's prepare Chimarrão Yerba Mate. Chimarrão, pronounced Chimarrão, is the Portuguese word for traditional yerba mate. Chimarrão is similar to the finely ground powdery yerba mate such as Canarias and Del Salvador, which I refer to as gaucho mates, grown in southern Brazil for the Uruguayan market. These mates are aged, making them darker, and include finely chopped leaves in the powder. Take a look at Canarias, the most popular gaucho mate. And here's another, Del Salvador. Both delicious mates enjoyed throughout Brazil and Uruguay. You'll notice that each gaucho mate has its own proportion of stems to leaves to powder. Chimarrão is a bit different than gaucho mate, though sharing many attributes. Also grown in Brazil, these mates are closer to Japanese matcha green tea than gaucho mate. They aren't aged and retain that bright green color. They have fewer finely ground leaves and significantly more powder, with some medium stems here and there. Chimarrão is a good example. Now, it's easy to lump these two categories of mate into one, since both are powdery mates from Brazil. However, Uruguayans usually stick to their gaucho mates, and Brazilians typically prefer Chimarrão. When preparing Chimarrão, you could use any gourd that you like. Uruguayans usually prefer smaller calabash gourds for their gaucho mate, and Brazilians use larger gourds called cuias for their chimarrão. Today I'll be using a smaller calabash gourd which works just well for chimarrão. You'll need 1 spoon bombilla, or sometimes referred to as a bombicha. It's a long metal straw with a filter at the end. You'll need Chimarrão Yerba Mate. Today we're using Chimarrão, which is a very popular brand in Brazil. And you'll need a glass of either cold water, room temperature water, or slightly heated water. This is referred to as dummy water. Alright, let's do it guys. Grab your gourd and fill it up to about the halfway mark with yerba mate. Take your other hand and cover the top of the gourd. Now turn the gourd upside down and give it a few gentle shakes. You're doing this to get the larger particles to the bottom of the gourd and the smaller particles to the top where your hand is. That way there's less clogging that takes place. Now slowly bring the gourd back to about a 45-degree angle and remove your hand from the top. That hole you see there is for your mate water and your dummy water, which I'll talk about in a second. And this mate that's in the front is your mounted mate that you want to preserve. Now grab your dummy water and slowly pour it into the water hole. You're doing this to allow the yerba mate to absorb the water to protect the vital nutrients and prevent it from being burned with the hot water. Now sit the gourd down for about a minute and let it absorb the water. Now, grab yourself your spoon bombilla and cover the spout with your thumb. Stick it into the water hole and give it a few twists when you're inserting it. And kind of tuck it under the mate on the bottom of the gourd. This is going to create a sort of space around the filter of the bombilla, allowing it not to be clogged when you add the hot water. Now go ahead and grab your thermos of hot yerba mate water, which has not exceeded about 80 to 82 degrees Celsius or about 182 degrees, 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Add that water into your water hole, and there you go, guys. You just made Chimarrão, Brazilian traditional yerba mate. Head on over to yerbamateland.com and explore a new world of Brazilian mates. It's been a pleasure, guys. Salud.